Good morning. Sorry I'm late. I got lost in the sea of back streets here in Haridwar. So I'm just making my way through the market to go down to the river because I really want to show you this side of the there it is, of the Ganges, because it's beautiful. Hi Mum, hi Joe, how you going? Honestly, last week I was in Varanasi talking about sacred waters, and I wasn't super loving the quality of the water there, but here it's practically crystal clear. I say practically, but I'm just going to take you down to where they do the Aarti ceremony, which is very peaceful, and we can have a chat about my week. Mum, can you hear me okay? Because I've got a mic on to try and combat some of the background noise, so I hope you can hear me. Anyway, let me just let you see what's happening down here at the river. So it's 7:30 in the morning. Hello. It's 7:30 in the morning and everybody's got their towel slung over their shoulder, ready to go for a bath. And I don't even necessarily think it's a ceremonious dip in the river because the water is so clean here. It's just a lovely place to go for a morning swim and have a bath. So, yeah. Anywho, I'm almost there. What I want to talk to you about today is the prayer overload that I had this week at it's not really an ashram, but I'll call it an ashram, at a place in Delhi called Gobind Sadan. So I stumbled upon this place through my research on where I should go in India and, you know, important Hi Pritpal, important places of worship. And what it is they describe themselves as a living interfaith community. So here in India, I'm getting used to the concept of gurus, so spiritual leaders who guide people to eternal happiness, peace. Like they say, without a guru, you can't get as close as you want to your spiritual path or to understanding the complexities of spirituality or God or teachings of whatever prophet, whether it be the gurus of Sikhism or Jesus Christ or Muhammad. And in this particular community at Gobind Sadan, they oh my god, I just swallowed a fly. They refer to all of those main characters of those religions as just one of the prophets. So they accept all of the teachings of all of them. They think Jesus is great, they think Muhammad's a champion, they're loving the Sikh gurus. And it was started by a guy called Baba Virsa Singh, and he basically taught people to respect each other and to love God and to commit to their own religion and just live in harmony. And I'm going to keep telling you about that, but I just have to show you what's happening behind me. Incredible. Anyway, so in this place, they have a series of open houses of worship. So they have a Sikh gurdwara, which is completely open, and people of Sikh faith and any faith can come, and they read the Guru Granth Sahib, which is the religious text, or in fact the guru for Sikhs around the world. 24 hours a day they're reading that. They have a place of Jesus called Jesus' Place, clues in the title, where they have erected a Jesus to be not necessarily worship, but somewhere to go and pray in Christian prayer. They have a place for Jewish people to go, and they have a mosque, again, that doesn't have any walls. They have Hindu temples, Jain temples, everything. They just accept everybody to come there, and they have a series of Havan, and Havan is, I'm just going to walk away from that speaker. Havan is a sacred fire. So these sacred fires have been burning for something like 30 years, and there's 3 of them that I can remember. So there's one in the Gurdwara, in the main sort of community. There's a big one just outside of where we were staying in the guest house with a woman called Mary, who I'll tell you all about in a minute, who's absolutely incredible. And then there was a small one in our guest house area that is tended to by volunteers 24 hours a day. So I was there for 3 days, and I had 2 shifts where I had to tend to the sacred fire. And I don't know, for those who know me, I'm pretty crap at keeping a fire burning, so I was freaking out a bit that I was going to be the one that let the sacred fire go out. So what you do when you're there is they have 3 sort of prayer books that you recite continuously for your 2-hour shift, right? So on your 2-hour shift you recite a story of Hanuman, the monkey god from Hinduism. You recite the Jap Sahib, which is a Sikh series of names for God that's sort of done in a melodic tone. And then the Chandri, I can't remember the full name of it, but that one's about Durga, the goddess. And so I sat there and recited those over and over. There's no prayer for yourself in these places. That's for prayer of others and the world and peace on earth. And it was incredible. And this guru, this Baba Virsa Singh, was recognised as a really holy person, very close to God early on in his life. And his teachings or philosophy has sort of spread around the world. And, they say, his body is no longer with us because he's not alive anymore, but they say his spirit is here. And so I certainly believe that there's people on earth that are tremendously close to God, and they've sort of passed on the reins to a friend of his or a cousin of his son who I met with, and although they call him Babaji, he's not the guru. They respect that Baba Virsa Singh was the one who was close to God, and while his successors follow his teachings and continue to spread his word and are definitely holy men, the power or the spirituality that came from Maharaji. I'm just on the phone, darling. Sorry, selfie requests. So I met with him, and I was a little bit overwhelmed, to be honest, because I was not expecting to meet with him. I wandered in, said g'day to some people. The English-speaking man, Suresh, in the office said, take a seat, have a chat. And so I was speaking to him about what they did there, and what the purpose of the farm was, and sorry, they're taking the photo anyway, and I'm just not engaged in the selfie, so they're now posing in front to get me in the river in the background. Hilarious. Anyway, so anyway, I was there, and then Shiresh said, oh, Babaji will see you now. And I was like, oh, all right, let's go. So we went into this farmhouse and sat down, and I was a bit nervous because, A, I've never spoken to a guru before. B, everybody seems to really respect this guy, and I didn't even know what I was going to say to him. We sit down, and his wife's making us chai, which was delicious, and everybody's sort of looking at me expectantly, and I'm thinking, oh gosh, what am I supposed to say? And then, this man comes in who does have this amazing presence and the most kindest eyes, and he just sort of says, what is your purpose? And I'm thinking, wow, that's a question. What is my purpose? You tell me, right? So I didn't exactly know what to say, so I just told him about the pilgrimage and what I'm doing and how I really like what they've done with, accepting all religions, and that's what I'm sort of trying to contribute to, the interfaith dialogue movement and blah, blah, blah. And, he was saying to me, everybody's the same and they're all just prophets and this, that and the other. And he was quite, like I said, he just commanded this great presence. And then somebody said, if you ask him for anything, then he'll tell God. He, I don't know, has a direct dial to God or something. And I thought, you know what? I don't know what to ask for. I don't know, A, if I subscribe to the fact that he does have a direct dial to God, or am I being disrespectful to Jesus if I ask a guru to help me? Or is that part of my own journey of acceptance, that a man of God is a man of God, and it doesn't matter if I'm speaking to an imam or a guru or a preacher? And anyway, I just asked for safety. I just asked for him to look after me, while I'm on these travels and keep me safe. And then they took me off to meet this woman, Mary, who's an American woman who's been there for over 25 years. And she was praying in Jesus' place. And again, the presence of this woman was so overwhelming that when I actually, she cuddled me, I started to weep. And I thought, what is going on here? I don't know what's wrong with me. Why am I crying? And I met some of the girls in the guest house, and they said, oh, that happens. That's Mary, And she's just such a beautiful woman. I was blessed to spend 3 days there because I really got to know her. And, she is completely devoted to God. And, what happens around the clock is there's prayer happening 24 hours a day in this place. So Babaji, the guru that I met, prays every hour. So he sleeps in small bite-sized chunks throughout a 24-hour period. But every hour he goes to the hubbard in the gurdwara and he makes offerings to God in the way of coconuts or fruit or, cow milk or buffalo milk or, whatever it is. The fire stays alight, again, by ghee and this, flour potpourri concoction. G'day, Delmeet. How you going? Hi, Sunil. And then they chant different verses. I was sat there for an hour chanting about Chandri, I can't remember the name, which is basically the same chant over and over again. You'll see that in my YouTube clip of it. I'm not going to chant for you this morning. And then, there's prayer at Jesus' place at a certain time. There's obviously prayers at the mosque 5 times a day. People will get up at 2 o'clock in the morning for the first round of prayers. Then there's a 3 a.m., then there's a 5 a.m. And it just continuously goes. And Mary participates in a lot of those. She sort of has 3 nap periods a day, but otherwise she's, praying there or speaking to a guest that might be coming in. And it was just incredible, for people to just devote their entire life to others. And what I really like about it is it's free. Not because I've turned into a cheap backpacker, but because sometimes in India, these men dressed up, holy men, sadhus or Brahmin priests or whatever, they will bless you and, mark on your forehead and then put their hand out for money. And I think, well, A, are you a priest? And B, if you are, I didn't ask you to bless me, so why am I now paying you to bless me, and why are you asking me to pay you to bless me? So at Gobind Sadan, it's completely free of charge. They've built their income on this principle that you work hard. And Baba Virsa Singh, you're right, Nikki. Welcome to Varanasi, not Varanasi, the Ganges in Haridwar, where the water is crystal clear. So through very hard work of volunteers and pilgrims that come from all over, they have sustainable farms that make money, support the community, and enable Gobind Sadan to host people and spread the love of all the religions. Tikka, that's what it's called. Thanks, Dilmeet. Yes, Tikka. And it was incredible. And of course you can give, and I absolutely intend on giving money to them for my 3 days of 3 meals a day, prayers, love, support, pastoral care, guru advice about the world and how I'm going to do what I'm trying to do. And but I just wanted to see if I could just stay there for the entire time and not be asked for money. And I wasn't asked for money once. And I think that, it's a really telling sign when people just want to spread the love of God and they don't want to make a business out of it, and they understand everybody knows you need money, but they're like, right, well, we've got all this land, let's farm it, let's make some money so that we can spread the word of God. And it was just incredible. So I just wanted to talk to you about Gobind Sadan today, because I'll definitely go back there when I'm in India again in October for Diwali. And Mary Fisher, her name is, Mary Pat Fisher, is actually a writer. And we had great chats about that. And she has written religious textbooks for colleges in America for years. And she's written a book called Everyday Miracles from Paradise, or Stories from Paradise, which is about Gobind Sadan and how her time there, especially when she first started, and the love that she has and everybody has for Maharaji, the guru who's since passed. And it's definitely worth checking out, because I think a place that can hold all of those sacred religious... No, thank you. Trying to sell me a selfie stick. All of those religions together in harmony like that is just somewhere that we should definitely promote. Yep, selfie? Yep, yeah. Sure. I'm just on the phone at the moment, but I can smile and I'll just keep talking. Okay, hang on, quick selfie, you ready? Okay, I'm just on the phone. Sorry, I'm gathering a crowd. I'm just going to move because there's now 10 of them. Oh dear. Okay. So, that's what I wanted to talk about. Gobind Sadan, living interfaith community outside Delhi. Check it out. I'm going to give you a quick view of the goings on of the river. Everybody's bathing down here. And then I'm going to love you and leave you because it's breakfast time and I'm starving. And my hair is a mess. Oh my goodness. All right, check this out. Incredible. Anywho, have a wonderful day, and send me any questions that you have about Gobind Sadan, or hey, maybe we should all get together and start an interfaith community in different places around the world. I'll start one in Brisbane. Nikki, you've got Bali. Dilmeet, you're on you're on Punjab, and we'll see how much of the love of God we can spread. All right, laters gators, over and out from Haridwar. Bye.